G'day guys, welcome to Steadfast Detailing. So we've got a review here of this dashboard mini screen. So we want to thank TLYARD for sending this out to us, and we're looking forward to installing and reviewing it and just giving a general overview of what we think of this product. So I'll share what's inside. Okay, so it's got quite a nice box here, and comes with instructions, comes with a wiring harness. So it's really important that you know which Tesla Model Y or Model 3 that you have, because depending on what processor that your car is running, rather it's the Intel chip or the AMD chip, you have to make sure that you select the right one. So super awesome product. Really nifty, looking forward to using this. This is what the screen looks like. So it's a direct plug and play. There's no configuration that you have to do, just gotta make sure that you plug it in with the right harness, and then you're pretty much all set to go. So that's what we're gonna be looking at today. Alrighty, so this is what we're starting with. So this is the bare display. Well, rather, there's nothing there, and I guess this is the reason why people might opt for the display. So the display is going to replace this part here. We're actually going to remove this factory part and then replace it with the piece that has a display. Now, it's pretty much a factory OEM match, so you won't notice any difference between this and the existing part that's over here. So what we've done so far, we've just popped out some of the trim, and you can see it looking pretty freaky right now. And then we're gonna run the cables through here to where the steering wheel is. So the reason why we took the trim off is so that we can get access to these power plugs, because that's what's gonna provide power to the mini screen display. So we've got it all plugged in. So pretty straightforward. You just plug this pass-through in through here. Everything gets wired up. There's the display itself, so it looks pretty nifty. Everything gets plugged in, direct plug and play. There we go. It's been installed. Everything is great. It works fantastic. Now there's no obstruction with the air vent as well. So in playing around with the air vents, I can feel all the air just blowing right towards my face when I want it like that. And with the seating positions, you can see it moves quite well. So this is the easy entry mode. And then from here, this is my regular driving position like this. Everything is within eyesight. It's perfect. Now, the resolution of the screen is actually very, very good as well. It looks high res as well as I want it to be. And you can barely see the individual pixels as well. Now, what's great is that everything is very responsive. So let's go in, take a closer look. So to access the different settings on the screen, what you do is with the right scroll wheel, press and hold the right scroll wheel all the way to the right for a few seconds. You'll actually notice that the following distance there will change. So if we do that, press and hold, and then this brings you into the settings menu. Now in the settings menu, using your scroll wheel, you can keep scrolling down to all these different options here. So you've got Fahrenheit and Celsius, and then the theme, you can have bright, dark, and auto. Auto is probably best because it will change according to whether it's daytime or nighttime, and that's in sync with the rest of the Tesla screen. Apparently you want to set this here, this is the CAN bus setting, you want to have this set to 2. And mileage, of course we're in Australia, so we're going to go with kilometers, language, format, and UI. Now there are 2 options here, UI 1, UI 2 for different user interfaces. I prefer UI 2, but I'll show you what UI 1 looks like. Oh yeah, to confirm your setting, you'll press this to the right every time to confirm it. So UI 1 has these settings here like this, and I'll show you what UI 2 looks like. So scrolling down all the way to number 2, and then to exit it, I prefer this one. And what's great is if we look at where it has the park, drive, etc., it changes straight away. So if I push this down to drive, changes straight away, and then in the park, into reverse, and then even to neutral. Very, very responsive, which is one of the best things about this. Very easy to install, extremely responsive. So I'll give you an idea of how responsive and lag-free the odometer is. So we have a look at the speedo here and the speedo on our display. We'll see that it is essentially matching. So that's just driving into the garage. And it's also going to be the same thing when we use the turn signals. So we'll see that. Very, very responsive. There's no lag at all. So we've gone through the product, we've shown a little bit of the installation process, we've tested it out, and now 2 questions that we have to ask ourselves. 1, who is it for? And 2, is it worth it? So let's have a think. Who is it for? Okay, the person that has a problem with using just the main center display, if you have an issue with, looking off to the side, okay, just, quick glance, look at your speedo, then yeah, you might want to get this. Now, personally, I did not have any issues with that at all. I was completely fine from day one, just taking a quick glance or, in my peripherals, seeing my speed on the top right corner of the screen. But I do understand that a lot of people do have their gripes with that and would rather, have a quick look down, because for some reason looking slightly down is better than looking slightly to the left, okay? So those are the people that will get the most benefit out of this. Now that I have been using it for a while, it is really helpful, and I do find that I'm using it a lot more often, but sometimes I do find that, I guess because of muscle memory, I am looking off to the left side a little bit. Okay, is it worth it? I think it is definitely worth it because it's actually not that expensive at all, okay? When you think about it, pretty good. I think if in total, the cost of it was like $150 to $200. Okay, don't quote me on that. I'll put a price up on the screen there. Now, it is worth it for that little bit of extra kit. That's my opinion. But once again, we want to thank TLYARD for sending this to us to review. Now, we do have a special code that you can use with TLYARD, and that way when you do buy it, you do get a bit of a discount off. And also, down in the description below, we'll have our Tesla referral code as well. So if you want to get a Tesla, well, that way we can both get supercharging credits if you use my referral link. Once again, we want to thank you all for watching this video, and thanks for joining us on our little journey here where we are, looking at products and seeing what we can do to make our driving experience just that little bit better. Righty guys, catch you next time. Cheers. Oh yeah, one more thing before I forget. As soon as you open the door, you get this startup animation, and check it out, it's pretty nifty. You get this animation of the Tesla Roadster in the startup screen. Pretty cool. All right, cheers. Thanks for watching, guys.